Greetings, lovers of mysticism and the unknown. Welcome to the Incredible Stories channel. We are explorers of the unexplainable and unbelievable. Today, I will tell you an interesting story. Brew up some goodies and enjoy. It happened in the United States in 1947. On this day, 75 years ago, June 24, 1947, in the world for the first time in modern times, was officially recorded the appearance of UFOs. American amateur pilot Kenneth Arnold saw 9 disc-shaped objects in the air, which flew at a speed of about 2,000 kilometers per hour. Nowadays, the acronym UFO is not questionable, but at the time, everything was new. A UFO is an unidentified flying object, which could also be called a flying saucer or a flying disc. Arnold was flying from Chehalis to Yakima over Washington State that day. He took a short detour because he had heard of a reward for whoever located the U.S. Marine Corps transport plane that had crashed near Mount Rainier. He never saw the plane, so he returned to his original course. Near Mount Rainier, he suddenly saw a series of bright flashes. At first, the pilot thought that these could be reflections in the windows of his plane, but after a closer look, he realized that this was not the case. The reflections were coming from objects in flight. They were moving in a chain, but very fast. Arnold thought it was a new type of jet plane, looked for the tail, but it was gone. The pilot described the objects as saucers, discs comparable in shape to a pie. Approximately, he estimated their size, more than 30 meters long. They were coming in a stretched column about 5 miles long. The objects maneuvered, but moved mostly linearly. By navigating the terrain, Arnold calculated the speed of the objects. It was about 3 times faster than the speed of any manned aircraft in 1947. When Arnold landed in Yakima, he told several pilot friends who speculated that he might have seen guided missiles or a new aircraft being secretly developed by the United States Army. The next day, journalists were already talking to him. Arnold told them everything in detail, and they believed him. Kenneth had a reputation as a good pilot and businessman. Besides, he gave many details of his meeting with the unknown. It turned out that Arnold Kenneth was not the only one who had seen a UFO. After the story of the pilot was published, the newspapers began to receive letters from people living in those areas. Mr. Bernier saw 3 objects in the sky similar to those described by Arnold, and then his plane. Ethel Wheelhouse also reported seeing strange discs about the same time as Arnold. Then another witness was found who saw the discs over the same mountain as Kenneth at about the same time. Subsequently, objects similar to those described by Arnold were seen in the area. In early July, in a later interview, Arnold Kenneth first brought up the possible extraterrestrial origin of the objects. He suggested that these could be visitors from another planet. The pilot himself said he bought a video camera to take on every flight, to get photographic evidence of what he saw. If our government knows anything about these devices, people should be informed immediately. A lot of people here are very concerned, Arnold told the Chicago Times. Some people think these creatures may be from another planet, but they're not hurting anybody, and I think it would be wrong to shoot one of them down, even if it's possible. After a while, the term flying saucer became commonplace. It is believed that Arnold's observation led to its appearance. UFOs were subsequently reported more than once. In July 1947, 3 crew members aboard a United Airlines flight reported seeing several unidentified flying objects. The flight was flying from Idaho to Oregon. During the flight, the crew saw several glowing objects that looked like flying saucers for 12 minutes. The most famous unidentified flying object event was the Roswell incident. This alleged UFO crash near the town of Roswell, New Mexico. Since the 1970s, the event has been the cause of fierce controversy and conspiracy theories, primarily because of the unexplained nature of the discovered object. According to the official U.S. Air Force position, the discovered object was a meteosonde used as part of the secret Mogul program. A popular version in various publicity sources is that the object was an extraterrestrial ship and its pilot was an alien who had been captured and classified by the U.S. government. The find was reported by local newspapers and the military. There was even a report written by an FBI agent. Specifically, he reported to his superiors that 2 objects had been discovered in the desert: a balloon about 20 feet in diameter and a hexagonal disc, similar to an anti-radar deflector. attached to it. Initially, the agent wrote that he thought the object looked like a weather balloon, but after consulting with airbase experts, he hesitated. The day after the find, authorities denied that it was a UFO, explaining that it was only a meteosonde. In 1947, an object was discovered in the desert by the U.S. military and initially reported as a flying saucer. According to the official U.S. Air Force position, however, the object was a meteosonde used as part of the secret Mogul program. Despite this, a popular version in various publicity sources suggests that the object was an extraterrestrial ship and its pilot was an alien who had been captured and classified by the U.S. government. The find was reported by local newspapers and the military. There is even a report written by an FBI agent who reported to his superiors that two objects had been discovered in the desert: a balloon about 20 feet in diameter and a hexagonal disc, similar to an anti-radar deflector, attached to it. Initially, the agent wrote that he thought the object looked like a weather balloon, but after consulting with airbase experts, he hesitated. The day after the find, authorities denied that it was a UFO, explaining that it was only a meteosonde. Despite the official explanation, the event has become the focus of intense speculation and controversy within the UFO community. Many people remain convinced that the object was indeed of extraterrestrial origin, and that the U.S. government has been covering up the truth for decades. The incident has also been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and conspiracy theories, contributing to its enduring legacy as one of the most famous UFO sightings in history. What did you think of it? Write in the comments. Be sure to get likes, subscribe to our channel, and check out other amazing stories.